Hello YouTube, it's William. It's 4:20 in the morning. I'm out in the shop. This is crazy. Yeah, well, I'm usually an early start, but this is ridiculous. All right. The reason I'm up is because I don't know, I just couldn't sleep. So, anyway, I'm gonna try to answer some questions that I get consistently. Seems to be, I guess there's a lot more folks who have just now learned of WC knives and really don't understand what WC knives are. Okay, first of all, welcome to WC knives. If you're just now hearing about WC knives or seeing a video about WC knives, I appreciate your interest and see if I can't at least point you in the right direction to find more information if that's what you're asking, or to answer some of the major questions that I get. Okay. And one of the major questions is, what knife do you recommend? um, well, I have over 90 models, and a lot of it is hunters, and they're saying, well, I hunt this game or that game, and what do you recommend for that? And every knife that I design has that aspect in it, and there's over 90 models because I'm a hunter. I've hunted all my life, and I've never hunted big game. I've never hunted elk or moose or anything like that, but I've hunted whitetails and harvested I don't know how many whitetails and whatever. And in my experience, I've used anywhere from a 2-inch pocket knife blade to a 8-inch butcher knife. So, and our ancestors used little chips of rock to harvest and butcher all kinds of game, including mammoths. So for me to recommend you a knife is really not fair to you. I don't know your skill level. I don't know what you prefer. I don't know any of that stuff. So the best thing I can do is to point you in the right direction and tell you that you are on my YouTube channel. If you go to my YouTube homepage, there's playlists. There's probably at this point over 500 videos on WC knives. Whether it's me out on the camp using them, or if it's me doing R&D, or doing different tasks, or explaining the models, or whatever it is. If you go through the playlist, you'll be able to figure out exactly what, hopefully answer your questions. So I'm not going to recommend you a knife. I'm going to point you in the direction of go to the playlist and see what's there. Also, another thing is, how do I get your knives? Well, that's another big question. I am a one-man shop, and I stay anywhere from 300 to 500 back ordered at all times. And you say, well, you don't get anything out. Well, yes, I do. On average, the last couple of years has been down a little bit, but we go 1,500 to 2,000 knives a year, and I just cannot keep up with demand, which is good. That means that we're doing something, or I'm doing something right here in this shop. And I keep saying we is because I've managed teams all my adult life, and so it's just a habit. But anyway, I do everything in shop from procuring steel plates from New Jersey Steel Bearing, have them drop shipped to a local water jet company that water jets them the blanks according to my specs and designs, and I heat treat in house using kilns, Paragon kilns, and I use cryo tanks, liquid nitrogen to do cryo on every blade. So it's all done in house by me, from procuring of materials to heat treat to cryo treat to grinds, setting handles, shaping handles, final polish, boxing them up, and shipping them out, and cleaning the shop. It's all done by me. And yes, I have had employees. Over the past year and a half, we've gone through, or I've gone through probably, last counts around a dozen employees. One person stayed with me about 2 years. The others a month here, 6 weeks there, and as soon as they got an extra 50 cents an hour, they were gone. And I spent more time training than I did actually doing. So at this point, I'm not looking for help. I'm gonna do it all myself, and I appreciate y'all's patience, okay? Because it just takes too much of my time to train new personnel and have them leave, and about the time I get them halfway trained. So we're not gonna go that route. All right. So I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. None of us do, but as of right now, I'm not looking for any additional help. I'm gonna do what I can and as quick as I can, and get them out as quick as I can. Okay. So the other question is, well, let's go back to how do I get your knives? If you go to my homepage on my website, wcknives.com. That's WC Knives, KNIVES.com, and go to the homepage and read the homepage all the way down through. You'll get a lot of questions answered. There's a picture and links of how to get to different dealers. 99.9% of all knives are sold through dealers. I've got 4 or 5 different dealers. I've got one in Alaska, one in Canada, Ohio, a store in North Carolina. Just anyway, if you go through there, you will be able to see the models, the most popular models. Like I say, there's over 90 that I've designed and actually produced models of. So, but the most popular ones are on my homepage with links of what dealers carry those. Now, I will say this, and it says this in the homepage: do not trust their websites. Sometimes they get shipments in and don't have time to update their websites. And these knives, they don't last long, folks. As soon as somebody hears that there was a shipment made, and I post shipments on my social medias like Facebook and Instagram of what shipments are going to who, and as soon as they hear it, they contact the dealers and they're gone. So you have to be very quick. So at least you can get in touch with the dealers and be put on a list for most of them, and wait like everybody else does. I mean, it's just part of the deal. These are homemade, handmade. They're not factory produced with CNC machines or a factory setting like Buck or Case or anything like that. It's a one-man show. So anyway, usually if you get put on a list, the wait is anywhere from 5 months to 10. I mean, it depends on what model it is and how often I can get them out, and a lot of things. So anyway, you have to really want one, and you have to be very patient. But you will get your knife. You will get it. It's going to take some time. Okay. With that said, there is also sales that I do every so often. The best way to keep up with that is to subscribe to this channel and click the bell so you get notified of every video that is produced. Okay. I usually give a 24-hour heads up notice that there's going to be some things posted on my website under the Shop Knives webpage. So if you go to my website, wcknives.com, right hand corner, there's 3 little hashes. Click on those hashes, a menu will drop down. You'll be able to see a lot of this information that is asked, including a frequently asked webpage that will link you to a playlist on this YouTube channel. Okay. Again, if you go to my home page on YouTube, you'll see playlists that will probably answer your questions. Okay. So anyway, I mean, it just kind of depends on how things work out as to how often I have sales. But A lot of these sales are one-ofs that I've salvaged from in the grind room working too late and made a mistake on a knife, so I've changed the design up and it's only one of a kind. But instead of wasting the good steel, I'll just create a new model and put it up for sale. Um, Others are different prototypes that I was working on a certain design, and so I was ready to sell the prototypes. I'd finally finished the design. So, but anyway, there's a 24-hour notice video that's posted, and it kind of gives you an idea of what's coming up and how to get to it. But they're on that Shop Knives webpage whenever they're available. Now, I'm going to say this. I'll give a time and a date when that video is posted, and or when those knives are listed on the website. And usually there's, I don't know, anywhere from a dozen to all the way up to 35 or 40 at a time, and those will sell out in a matter of minutes. And I'm not kidding, folks. In a matter of minutes, they have sold out anywhere from 4 minutes to 15 minutes. Okay, so if you're not on top of it and have your game together, then you are not going to get a knife. Okay, so the only way that you can positively get one is to get on a list through a dealer and wait. Some people have contacted me and said, I want to get some knives for Christmas, and where do I go to purchase them? If you want to wait a year for Christmas to Christmas the following year, then that's a possibility. But you're not going to get anything in just a week or so. It's just not going to happen. So anyway, I appreciate your interest in WC Knives. I really do. Without you guys, there would not be a WC Knives. And so welcome to the channel. Again, go through my YouTube channel, the playlist, and many of your questions will be answered. Another question is about AEBL. Why is it good? Why, I've never heard of it, and so on and so forth. There's playlists on all of this, and I do thorough testing. I have other people that has done thorough testing on these knives and these models and different types of steel and so on before I produce anything. Until anything's finalized anyway. So there's videos on all this, folks. Hundreds of videos, okay? So please go through all that, read all that, go to the website, go through all the pages, and many, or I'd say most, of your questions will be answered on that. And if I do a listing, most of the times, like right now, there's a pre-order for first runs on a field lore and a master outdoorsman at this moment, and it will end October the 1st of 2022. I don't know when you're gonna watch this video, but sometimes I'll do a pre-order, but they will not be fabricated for at least 6 months. Okay, so that's the joys or the downside to a one-man handmade shop. But the benefits of that is you get a knife that is unique. You get a knife that has this guy's blood, sweat, and tears in it. Okay, and so it's not going to be anything like you've ever used before. I will promise you that. That's why I have customers that has been loyal to WC Knives for, well, since the conception, and they keep coming back. Most of them order every model that I come out with, and that speaks volumes for the quality, the dedication, and the versatility that goes into each one of these knives. And if you don't understand the design concepts, if you look at the introduction videos of each model, it'll explain all that to you. If you don't like the handle on one, keep looking. You'll probably like the handle on something else, because each knife is designed from the pommel to the tip. It's just the handle shape and size and all that is part of the design. So I don't change models with different handles. That handle is part of that design. So anyway, go to the WCKnives.com webpage, look through the homepage, and you'll see a lot of the popular models and links of where to get those. And if you go to that listing on the homepage and you see a dealer's listing there, it may not be highlighted, but that is a direct link. So if you run your cursor over that dealer, then it will let you know that it is a link, and you click on that and it'll take you directly to their website. So anyway, but again, don't trust their websites. Call them, email them, okay, and let them know what you're looking for, and they'll be able to help you out, okay. And no, I don't sell to individuals unless there is a sale on the Shop Knives webpage, and I'll usually do a pre-listing video letting people know that those sales are coming up, okay. So also, if you have an order in and you're wondering where your knife's at, I do 2-week updates, or every 2 weeks I'll do a video update of what is in production and what is coming up. Mostly it's a 2-week look ahead. So you just have to keep watching that. Every once in a while I'll let people know what's coming up in the next month or so, but for the most part it's a 2-week look ahead, okay. So that's one other question I get a lot is, where's my knife? And folks, it's just one of those things that I get them out as fast as I can. I'm out here at 4:30 in the morning eating my breakfast, an apple. So anyway, that's how it is. I appreciate your patience. I really do. I appreciate your interest. And until the next one, you guys get in the backyard with on a stick. Be sure and take a child with you. You get the opportunity. And don't forget those plenty of Band-Aids and lots of knives. We'll catch you again very soon.